This one's wife, the narcissist's false laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, the false laugh. There will, of course, be instances where you might issue a hollow laugh to demonstrate sarcasm. But with the narcissist, you will often find a hollow laugh, because many narcissists have no sense of humour. I do. I have a wicked sense of humour. I'm a particularly witty individual. But that is because my narcissism has evolved in a way which allows me to utilise humour as a weapon. It allows me to draw people in. They're attracted by my humour. The ability to make them laugh causes them to have a favourable view of me, which then means that they are easier to control and to draw fuel from. I can have a particularly cruel sense of humour, which I utilise to ridicule people in devaluation. Or, more usually, I utilise my humour in a way that all of you find most entertaining, in the way that I use that humour in my videos. And of course, in my day-to-day life with those in my proximate fuel matrix, I make them laugh also. This is because I understand how humour can be used. Of course, in some instances, I will not find certain things funny in the slightest, and that is because it offends my need for control. There are other narcissists who have excellent senses of humour, and it's because their narcissism has evolved in a way which allows them to use humour as a method of getting to the prime aims. However, for many narcissists, there is no sense of humour, and that is often relatively easy to spot. We know that this one's wife has no sense of humour. It shows with regard to the petulant responses that she engages in and how she can't deal with the simplest of criticisms. It shows her reaction, for instance, to South Park and to Family Guy, where she was offended and threatened legal action. A more evolved narcissist would be flattered by the fuel that's provided, recognise that it comes with the territory that when you're a public figure that you will be lampooned and ridiculed, and in some instances the most appropriate thing to do is just to go along with it, indeed to play up to it. In other instances you just move on and laugh about it and don't get your panties in a bunch. But someone as base as this one's wife, with no sense of humour, does become easily offended. This absence of humour also is demonstrative when it comes to her exhibiting humour. Her narcissism is sufficiently evolved to recognise when laughter ought to be exhibited. She is able to pick up on when a joke has been told or when something funny has been stated, and therefore she will respond with laughter. In some instances, narcissists fail to laugh when something intrinsically funny has taken place, or laugh when something funny has not occurred. The narcissism glitching, as per the imitation game, that cherry picker goes off and pulls the wrong package, or does so where there's a delay. The narcissist notably stalling before they laugh, sometimes looking confused. Invariably, you will see with the narcissist also that whilst the mouth is shaped in laughter, the eyes remain cold and dead. With this one's wife, she has a particular notable pattern when it comes to her and her false laugh. She doesn't find things intrinsically amusing because she has not been furnished with a sense of humour. Instead, what she has is a manufactured response to the circumstances of humour. I'm now going to play for you a compilation of instances where this one's wife is laughing in a variety of different circumstances, interviews, appearances, and so forth. And I've removed the actual sound of laughter so that you are able instead to focus upon her mannerisms, her body language, her facial expressions, to see if you can identify the falsity of her laugh and also the common threads in her behaviour. Here comes the compilation. With the removal of the actual laughter, which, as you'll have heard, is invariably staccato and hollow and false, it throws into sharp relief just how false her laugh is. What did you pick up on? Well, the first and most notable feature is her laugh just seems unnatural, doesn't it? Because her response is often exaggerated. That she responds in a way where she always closes her eyes when she laughs, as if to say, "This is so funny, my eyeballs are at risk of popping out of my head." Invariably, her head goes down, or she throws her head backwards, as if to say, "Oh, this is so pant-wettingly funny. I can barely breathe for laughing." In certain instances, up comes the hand, in an exaggerated manner which is entirely lacking in a natural response, where she puts her hand either to her temple or in front of her mouth as if to go, "Tee-hee, this is so funny." We also saw that exaggerated laugh, if you remember, in the Variety interview in the garden, where she attempted, I think, to emulate Julia Roberts with a sickening hand in front of the mouth laugh, which you sometimes see in the intro to my videos. Those are the common threads of her responses. The eyes are not shining with laughter. There is the rictus grin, the forced laugh, the exaggerated bobbing of the head and the closing of the eyes, the throwing of the head back. And in some instances, there is this almost like coy nature of, oh, for instance, as I've analysed in greater detail in Parts Passing with Craig Ferguson, which you'll have seen in that compilation there, this whole, "Oh gosh, you're so funny, Mr. Ferguson, and I'm just this naive little doe-like individual." It's entirely transparent, and it's because her narcissism has to manufacture the way that it believes that laughter should manifest, and thus you get this fabricated, false laugh. Want to see some more of her in action? Of course you do. Here it comes.